and thanks for tuning into this Thursday edition of Born to Be a Star. It is Thursday, one more day closer to Friday. We made it. It's been a long ass weekend, and I don't know. Did I say weekend? See, clearly the coffee's not working, and clearly I need more shots of espresso or energy or something, because I'm not sure what's happening, but it's Thursday and I'm ready for the week to end. I'm finally going to go get my hair colored, and we're going to talk about that on the tea, because I can't decide if I want to stay red or go a different color. And I know I talk about this all the time, but hair is like important, because I have to see it and you have to see it and we all have to see it. And trying to pick a color is like, just, how do I do this? I don't know. Like, I feel like I go for 3 colors: brown, blonde, red. That's it. I've never done anything like green. I've never done anything like blue. I've never done pink. I've never done purple. Those seem like far colors. I think maybe I'd consider orange or like an auburn, but I would never consider like, I don't know, like subtle colors. Like I'd be concerned about doing something bright like that, only because the environment I work in, and that's not good for my job. Also, I don't really know if I want to do crazy colors like that. Now, I watch Brad Mono all the time, and he's always telling people, do whatever color you think is best. And maybe other people can pull that off, but I don't know if I do that. Some girl at my hair salon, Elizabeth, she did like blue during the fall, and now it continues to turn into green. And like, she says she's getting sick of it, so I don't know if she's going to go back blonde and rip the color out, or if she's just going to stay dark. See, when you go dark, it's really hard to get the color out. Anyways, not really sure what I'm doing with the color, but we'll get to that. It's been a fun week, a long week. I don't know why I decided it was important for me to do all this overtime, but I am looking forward to my birthday vacation, and I cannot wait for it, to have a couple of days of not being handcuffed to work. Not that I'm not doing what I love, because I am, but you know what I mean. Like, when you're just working constantly over and over and over, and like on the weekend you're looking forward to getting back into it on Monday, it's not really a break. I'm looking forward to like not thinking about work for like a week, and I want to take every day like it's every day. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to this Thursday edition. Let us start the podcast off by recognizing our star power, looking in the mirror and loving the reflection that we see. Sometimes that's easy, oftentimes that's hard, but we need to look in the mirror and be okay with where we are now, currently, and where we've been before. You're looking in the mirror because you're taking every day one step at a time, being okay with who you are now. That, my friends, is the idea of loving yourself. To get to the next stage of the conversation, which is yes, you can. You can decide that you want to change your hair color, your favorite color. You can also decide that you want to sing, dance, paint, color, do a puzzle. You can decide you want to travel around the entire universe. Maybe you even want to get a spaceship. Maybe you want to create something bigger than you ever thought there could be. Maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to travel somewhere you've never been before. You could start a garden. You could start a book club. You could buy a new book. You can get a Kindle. You can get the other one from the Barnes & Noble store. You can literally get a new phone. You can decide to get a new watch. You can do any of these things. Every day is an opportunity for us to say to ourselves, yes, you can. And following the idea of yes, you can is the idea of never giving up. And we all know life is difficult and bad things happen to good people. We have to recognize that we can get through the bad by being in the light. We have to recognize we can get through the difficult by resonating in the light. The one thing that defeats the evil is the light, because the evil thinks that it's harboring on dark and nothing and empty. And the one thing you have to defeat that is your light and your star power. Your star power is going to guide you through every element of your life. So starting off every day by saying yes, you can. Starting off every day by doing the things that you actually want to do. That, my friends, is what's going to lead you to a marvelous, marvelous tomorrow and a marvelous, marvelous today. That's the idea of saying never giving up, is recognizing that there's doctors and nurses and EMTs and firefighters and police officers and Army Reserve and the National Guard and the SEALs and the Navy and the Marines and the Air Force and the countless others, men and women that sacrifice to protect others, and they put others before themselves. Let's say thank you to them. Let's have honor for those that sacrifice for others. And let's remember what they've done it for, so we can fight together for tomorrow. We fight the darkness by becoming the light together. That's the idea of never giving up. It's knowing you're fighting for something, yourself, and tomorrow. Following the idea of never giving up is the idea of why not today. Procrastination and indecisiveness don't get us anywhere. So if you wait too long to make a decision, it's most importantly going to bite you in the ass, because when you don't make a decision, you're letting time slip away from you. If you're not 5 to 10 steps ahead, then you're 5 to 10 steps behind. If you're not 10 to 20 steps ahead, you're 10 to 20 steps behind if you don't organize effectively. Organization could be putting a sticky note on something or setting an alarm for earlier if you have to do something. Organization could be setting the appointment instead of waiting to call for it. Organization could be any of these things. Every day is an opportunity for us to say to ourselves, why not today? Instead of putting off today for tomorrow, get things done today, because if you do not do that, everything's going to fall to a back burner, including yourself. And the only thing you're going to feel is regret and irritation with yourself when you knew you needed to do some shit and you didn't do it and you ran out of time. Like, the world could end up ending, and this could be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Quiet Place 5 or any of these sci-fi movies, and it could just end horribly. Mad Max and Terminator and War of the Worlds and Aliens and all the things you could just imagine in your like consciousness of bad could happen all at the once. And if that is the case, what are we going to do when it happens? Are we going to be like, oh, I was going to get to that, but I forgot it? How's that effective? It's not. Get things done today before you don't have time tomorrow. That's the idea of why not today. Moving on from why not today, let's get to the tea of the day. Skip suggested we do peach sweet tea. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to do it with extra ice, because why not? Sipping the tea, sipping the tea, sipping the tea for you and me. Sipping the tea. It's peach tea. So, sipping this peach tea. The question is, what color should we do next? I'm staying away from black because I'm concerned about it. I was considering brown. I don't know. I think I'm just going to stay red and stop being picky. But I kind of want to do a different shade of red. I'm kind of sick of this, like, color. I'm over the auburn, and I'm just tired of it at this point. I'm, like, sick of looking at it. I'm going to really ask my husband what color he thinks I should do. I initially went in wanting cherry cola red, and that is not what I got. Now, Rena says she didn't give me that color because of my job. Because I work in insurance, she didn't want to give me a color that was probably too off-putting. And, you know, you got to follow whatever the things are for colors for hair, and I can understand that. But that doesn't mean I want to... I don't know if I love the color that I have. Like, because I work in a corporate setting, I'd be concerned about having a bright, loud color. I would never be doing anything like a bright pink or some obnoxious yellow, green, orange, like bright rainbow, like highlight colors. I'm not attracted to that. I was watching a Brad Mondo video, and this chick did a green that looked pretty cool. I don't think I'd ever go green though, but Catherine at the hairdresser, she did blue in the fall and it keeps fading into like a teal. So that, I feel like that's the problem when you do like a color like that. When it fades, it could potentially fade into a different color. And isn't it risky to do it a color where it's not going to turn out the way you want it to? Just thought. Anyways, if you guys were going to do a color, what color would you guys pick? Would you go black? I feel like black is hard because you have to strip black. And sometimes if you try to strip black, it's not going to be very easy to get it blonde because it goes to like an orange after. I can't tell you how many times I've bleached my hair and that has happened. And it's just been fun. And over the years, I just got to the point where I don't think I wanted to do it anymore. But
just one moment, please. It's for monkey. It's supposed to be cooked. It's raw bacon here.
honestly, I feel like your hair is dependent on what color you want it to be and what you're feeling. I feel like hair is important and you want it to match up with your moment. But I also don't feel like you need to be stuck in something you don't like anymore. So I think I'm going to start investigating colors to pick another one before I get to the chair on Saturday. Because maybe it's time for me to switch it out. Or I don't know, do I wait till like September when I initially did this color and then switch it up at that point? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think hair should be something where if you want to update it or change it, you can. And you shouldn't wait to do it. That's the idea of color and the tea. Let's get from the tea to the main part of the conversation on this Thursday, which is recognizing greatness. It's important to recognize greatness in others as well as yourself, to provide compliments when it's necessary, when it's appropriate, and to provide a compliment to perhaps yourself. If you accomplish something, take time to enjoy it and indulge in your success, even if it's just for a brief moment. If something went the correct way, then say, great. Maybe it didn't. We'll find a way to make it better. Recognizing greatness is recognizing moments that deserve to be relished. Time is constantly moving. If we really take time to recognize good things, then we're allowing time to maybe move a little bit slower. And it's definitely important that we do that. And it should be something that we look forward to. Like if a lawyer passed the bar, or you completed your residency, or you graduated, or you got the job the first try, or you passed the test at work, or you maintain your high numbers in your scores, or you had a great one-to-one with your boss, or you succeeded in the Poshmark show you did, or you succeeded in finishing that book, or you succeeded in watching that show, or you got the offer and you won, right? These are things where you should be celebrating these things. You should be celebrating something succeeding. If we don't take time to recognize greatness in ourselves and others, we're going to overlook it, and it's not going to be important. And we're going to miss out on an opportunity to be happy about something that deserves to be cherished. That is time. And if we don't spend the time doing things like that matter, then we're only wasting it. That goes back to the mantra in the day. We need to be better about getting things done, because if we're not, we're going to be worse. That is the idea of recognizing greatness. It's recognizing moments that matter and accomplishments, which leads to the next part of our conversation. If you don't challenge yourself, who will? Well, who will? Challenging yourself is essential, because how are you going to accomplish anything if you don't? If you don't take time to look to see what you can do, then you might spend time thinking about what you can't. How's that beneficial to anybody? How are we going to make the world a better place to live in if everybody has such small micro limitations with themselves? Yeah, we're going to mess up. Yeah, everything's not going to be perfect. Yeah, we might think we figured it all out, and there's going to be times when that is not the case. But if we don't plan things out, then we're preventing ourselves. I've talked a lot about success, recognizing greatness, being okay with succeeding. I'm saying this because some people want you to feel bad about doing good, and I think you should ignore them. I think we all should. I think we have to have the ability to not take these hateful, angry, mad, envious, jealous people seriously. It could be something as simple as you finish coloring something, if you're a child or an adult. It could be something where you applied to a job and you got an interview and you got it, or you switched your major at school, or you got an A on a project, or you succeeded at doing better during your workouts or high intensity training at the gym, or you baked something for the first time and it turned out perfect. That's the idea of like recognizing your greatness and then setting challenges for yourself. If you don't do that, then who will? But following the idea of setting challenges and getting through them, do you guys think you like plushies? I see them on like Instagram and like TikTok, or like, I don't really go on TikTok like that, but it's when I see it on like Instagram, like when I scroll, and I see it on Pinterest. But sometimes if I click on there, like the ads, I really can't stand the ads on TikTok, but everybody like loves it. But the ads on there drive me absolutely insane, and that's why I try to avoid it as much as I can. I try to limit it, but I have seen a lot of ads for these plushie things. What do you guys think about the plushies? Are you in on the plushies, or are you guys not in on the plushies? I feel like if I get that, I'm not sure I would ever wear it. I don't know. Like maybe not. I don't know. Could we go full online? I think we are already full online. I don't think it's a question of could we go full online. I think it's a question of when did we go online. There is same-day delivery. There's Amazon, which is 2-day delivery. There's DoorDash. There's Uber. There's the other one. There's all these food delivery systems. I could name all the ones that I see on Instagram all the time, and I'm sure you've seen them too. The Cook, Unity, and the other one, and all the rest of them. You can literally get everything delivered to your house. You never have to leave. If you want to be like a hermit, you could be. Nobody is driving to a bank for anything. And people that are, there's a reason they're going to a bank. They either need to pay something or they need to be there. Why would you want to do your banking at a bank in 2026? What exactly are you going to accomplish from that? You've got all these big banks, but if you don't have a certain amount of money, they charge you for the bank account. Why would you want to be at a bank that's going to charge you to have your money there? Ever since I switched over to SoFi. And I always had a Chime account because I like to have a certain amount in there. That's my travel account that I like to have. You get interest back for Chime. You could select bill pay or food or anything like that, and they'll send you like interest for it. With a regular account from like Chase or Bank of America, there's no interest rate on the savings accounts. I had Chase for a while, for a couple of years, and I got rid of it not that long ago. And like, I don't know, like, it's not what I thought it was. I'm not saying you can't like big banks. The apps are really cool. The Chase app is great. The Bank of America app is great. But the actual accounts themselves, they've been the same accounts forever. And they only have like 2 or 3 of them. And they're not that great. And unless you're keeping like $250,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 in the bank, you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the benefits of it. Because you have to have a high amount in order for you to qualify for that. But I don't write checks, so I don't care about free checks. I don't know if I want to get a credit card with you because I'm not impressed with your interest rates. And you have the option of not just SoFi, but there's also Capital One, which is an online account that you don't have to pay any fees for. I feel like I was ahead of the curve with banking like 5 years ago, where I wanted to get rid of a local bank that I had, and I went to Capital One. I was just kind of like, I'm done with banks because I was aware of what was happening. But I don't just think going online is banks. I think it's shopping. I think it's food. I think it's everything that we do. When I want something, my first automatic thought isn't I'm going to get in the car and drive to the store. My first thought is I'm going to go on Amazon. Then I'm going to go on Walmart Plus. Those are my 2 first thoughts. It isn't I'm going to the store. Going to the store is like torture for me. I don't know if it's like torture for you. The people that are in the store don't want to talk to you, and they make you feel like you're inconveniencing them. How the fuck am I inconveniencing you when your job is to take care of the customer? That's the entire point of retail. It's in-person retail. And I don't know why, but I just don't like feeling like that. Whether I'm in a bank or whether I'm anywhere, it just feels like anywhere I am, I'm inconveniencing the people that I'm around. Like, I've worked in person in places in the financial industry. I know I don't want to work in person. I prefer being in a remote hybrid environment, and I'm glad I'm in that. And now I understand I prefer not spending as much time in a store than being in a more comfortable setting at home. So I'm going to be okay with ordering shit online and not going into the store because I don't like retail anymore. The crap is bad quality. And if I'm going to get questionable stuff, why wouldn't I just order it online to avoid going in the store? Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. Sir, who knows? But I think we've already gone full online. I think that getting things delivered and not going into retail environments is already taken over, and I don't think we're going backwards. I think COVID paused everything, and we can't undo what's been done. But moving on from that, what do you guys think about celebrity culture? I think less people care about what they think. I think maybe for a while their opinions were important, but they've showed themselves to be contradicting and hypocritical. I don't have anything wrong with celebrity culture. I find it very entertaining. I've compared them to like the fighters in like a Hercules kind of a movie, or like Spartan, or like any type of movie that's from like the Roman era, where the people are in the middle of a court and they're fighting, and like the royalty people are watching them. Now, see, I think us as the viewers of TV and watching, they're the act, and we're watching the show like at the circus. But I think that people are over the circus and people are over the show, and nobody wants to hear these people that want this immediate attention 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 7 days a week, all day, every day. They want to sell you stuff. They want to tell you that they know about things they've never done before, and they want to pretend all this stuff that's not real. And I don't think anybody's listening. I do think that they've lost it. They've lost the ball. They've dropped the ball. They've missed the messaging. And I don't think they're getting it back. And I don't think we should give it to them. We shouldn't be trusting everything they say. And on the T, I've been talking about these content creators, and I've given you guys all these examples. And there's just so many different scenarios where you just begin to ask yourself, why is the celebrity culture so disconnected? Because they're unaware of what they actually sound like, and nobody's going to tell them. So instead of us telling them, we just ignore them. That's what they get. Singing in the rain, because if you sing in the rain, it's a glorious feeling. And being happy and being able to be free and kidded, like have like a very singing in the rain is the idea of being happy and joyous and positive and upbeat and full of energy, even if it's raining outside, right? Because the idea of the rain is it's cold, it's watery everywhere, and why would you be singing in it or dancing in it? And if you can sing and you can dance and you can tap and you can have all these wonderful experiences in the rain, then there's nothing you can't accomplish if you can do that, right? I think. Well, today is Thursday, and guess what's coming on TNA? But I don't know how much of that we're going to watch, but I don't know. Last couple of weeks, TNA's just been dreadful, so we'll see if it's good tonight. We'll see. I don't know if Mike Santana's going to be able to keep his tags. He's starting to feel a bit washed up now. What do you guys think about TNA? And I'm sick of this group, this annoying blue group. They're so irritating. And now that Slater has lost, who knows what's next? I don't know. Hostage is okay. Untamed, that's on Netflix. I want to watch it. The Haunting, I feel like I've already seen that. There's a bunch of stuff on Netflix. I don't know if I watched it. I click on it and I can't remember if I looked at it or not. Should I be looking at more previews? What do you guys think? The Perfect Couple, that looks really good on there. Since 8, I think I watched that. They turned Gone Girl into a series instead of that movie that they originally made. When did they make that movie? Wasn't that a book? I think it was a book. Crisis, Talk to Me, Homeroom, ooh, I Will Find You, that's like a good mystery. And finally, Last Airbender. I swear that was on like Nickelodeon or something, like a very long time ago. I guess if you're looking for a new show, trying that wouldn't mess you up anymore. But there's so much to watch. But it's Thursday, and I guess we're hyping up TNA. We watched NXT the other day, and we watched AEW yesterday. They're all different in their own ways. And tomorrow, SmackDown will be on. But tonight, we will try TNA, and I'll tell you guys if it's good tomorrow. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm obsessed with the air fryer. I didn't think Skip was going to like it as much as I do, but now that we've been using it on and off basically every other day, he seems to like it. I still want to get the Tavala. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put it, but I'm going to find room for it. I still want to get that. I still want to have access to make the food the way I want to, and I don't want to just be like spending all my money on
You're the only person in town who had a relationship with a deceased.
DoorDash, but I feel like you have to have options, and I feel like that's definitely important. But air frying or honey butter chicken sounds delicious, especially because it's chicken tenders. I definitely want to try that. Jumbo Maryland crab cakes. Now, if it's jumbo, are we talking about like the biggest version of a crab cake that we can make, like an even bigger version of a crab cake? And if we're talking about Maryland, does that mean it has like southern flair? I'm assuming. How many flavors of Sprite have you guys had? I don't know. There's like regular Sprite, there's Sprite Zero, there's cranberry Sprite, there's the rainbow Sprite. There's lots of Sprites. I don't think I've tried all of them, but I'd be willing to give them a try. I don't have anything wrong with Sprite. I think there's like a rainbow one. That's the next one that I want to try. How many Sprites have you guys tried? Sounds good to me.
There aren't any children.
Salmon, sushi bake, and chili crispy pork noodles. Thank you for tuning in to this Thursday edition of Born to Be a Star.